क्या रीजन है इतनी लो पार्टिसिपेशन का?
एक्चुअली उसमें से सम मतलब जो गाइस मतलब जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट मधेपुरा और कोई कोई डिस्ट्रिक्ट का है लोग, वो लोग कॉल करके मुझे बोला कि वहाँ पे बहुत प्रॉब्लम है वो लोग का,
हाँ।
they can't join. Actually they called me personally, and especially some guy was there, Din Bandhu, and some one
तो
or two
बेटे
more.
when
Exactly do not remember.
I was discussing with your class, I think आपके क्लास में काफी स्टूडेंट्स पटना डिस्ट्रिक्ट से ही थे। पटना और पेरिफेरी के 7-8 स्टूडेंट तो पटना पेरिफेरी के थे, गर्ल्स स्पेशली।
Yes sir.
But I'm
Girls
hardly finding a few
Patna
amongst
se.
them. हैं?
Girls are maximum from Patna district only.
नहीं, बहुत कम है आज तो। सिर्फ आई थिंक ओनली मौसमी है, चिप्पी है एक, only two girls are there, Durga 3.
Chippy.
Anyway, those who want to learn, fine. Otherwise, we are going to start with the lecture today. Is visible?
Yes sir.
Okay. I think we endocrinology we started some time back, and in that we had an introduction about the various aspects of the endocrinology, feedback, regulation, classification of hormones. Any point, because I told you in the very beginning that those lectures are foundation of endocrinology. I think clear. अगर कोई उसमें आपको कहीं कोई difficulty आती है, you can always share with me.
Steroid hormones वाला सर एक बार मतलब
Steroid hormones.
Yes sir.
Okay. Steroid hormones, what is chemical nature, mechanism? What do you want?
Yes sir. Mechanism.
Mechanism. Okay. I'll take this very simple. It's as simple as that. I'll try to have the diagram photograph presentation PPT tomorrow. Just now I can tell you in the steroid hormones, since the steroid hormone molecules are very small one, so they can easily pass through the cell membrane. So the receptors for the steroid hormones are located in the cytoplasm. So the hormones penetrate through the cell membrane and they get tagged to the receptors in the cytoplasm. Once the hormone receptor complex is formed in the cytoplasm, it migrates to the nuclear chromatin material. And in the nuclear chromatin material, they start the reaction leading to formation of mRNA, and that leads to formation of another hormone. So this is as simple as that. Anyway, I'll show you the diagram tomorrow once again. Today, we are going to talk about the hypophysis. This may stretch to 2 lectures. Wherever you feel, you can stop me. Okay. One of few of the students can keep their mic on, and wherever asked they can respond. So it's a two-way communication. It shouldn't be like a one-way communication. Okay. So as we were saying, the hypophysis is also called as pituitary gland. Pituitary gland. How this pituitary gland is formed? Pituitary gland, earlier it was referred as master endocrine gland, but hypothalamus is controlling the pituitary, so is referred as hypothalamus is referred as master endocrine gland. Pituitary is no more. So pituitary or hypophysis is the same thing. It has 2 parts, anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. Of course, in between the two, there is one intermediate lobe that also produces one of the hormones. Okay, so how this formation of pituitary gland takes place? There is a merger of 2 embryonic layers, that is epithelium, just a second, epithelium of oral cavity, that is one layer. Second is infundibulum of the brain. So epithelium of the oral cavity develops into anterior pituitary, whereas infundibulum of the brain develops into posterior pituitary, and in between there is a small layer that's called as intermediate lobe. So all these 3 parts have different hormones to produce. Anterior and intermediate lobe differentiates from Rathke's pouch, an outgrowth from the roof of the mouth. That is, at embryonic stage, the layer from which upper roof of the mouth develops, there is a layer called Rathke's pouch, and from that anterior pituitary and intermediate lobe develops. Many times in some of the references you will find anterior pituitary and intermediate lobe as a one together. Even the hormone of the intermediate, that is MSH, is clubbed along with the anterior pituitary. The Rathke's pouch meets the infundibulum and loses its connections with the buccal cavity. The Rathke's pouch becomes residual lumen of hypophysis, which may persist or obliterate. Means this will finish off. After some time, it will be finished, so it is no more left. And this is how formation of anterior pituitary takes place. Coming to next slide. Just a second. Yeah. Next is the anatomical classification of it. That was the how the pituitary originates. So now we'll be discussing about what is the anatomical classification of pituitary gland. First, we talk of anterior pituitary, also referred as adenohypophysis. This adenohypophysis comprises of lobus glandularis. And it has three subparts, that is pars tuberalis, pars distalis, and pars intermedia. So these three layers together forms lobus glandularis, and lobus glandularis in fact constitutes the adenohypophysis. Out of this, the pars tuberalis and pars distalis forms anterior lobe, whereas pars intermedia forms the posterior lobe. Of course, this is about the posterior lobe of adenohypophysis. Don't confuse with neurohypophysis. Neurohypophysis has two major portions, lobus neurosis and infundibulum. Lobus neurosis has process infundibulum, and infundibulum has pedicellus infundibularis, as well as bulbus infundibularis and labrum infundibularis. So there are three subparts of infundibulum. Pars intermedia normally forms one aboral lobe. Aboral means adjacent to. Adjacent to Rathke's pouch, there is one more lobe that is formed by pars intermedia. And intermediate lobe secretes a hormone referred as intermedin. Intermedin, which is further referred as MSH, and is responsible for production of melatonin, skin pigments, except in birds. This is an important thing to be taken care of. This is in birds, the intermedin layer is not there. So I think I would advise you, in fact, I doesn't have the book at the moment. As soon as I get the book, I'd like to share with you the diagram of the pituitary, label diagram of the pituitary of the different species. Still, I have got one diagram, which I'll share with you. So this pars distalis is the site from where this is produced. This is produced, these hormones, and thereafter, this is the diagram of pituitary. Here you can see, this portion is your anterior pituitary. This is posterior pituitary. And here you can see, this is the pars distalis, arterial blood going to anterior pituitary, pars tuberalis, hypophyseal veins, optic chest. One thing to be taken note of this, that in posterior pituitary, you can find so many neural lobes, these coming down over, I think so, all it is visible. These are the neurosecretory cells, all these. These are neurosecretory cells which are coming to neurohypophysis. Can anybody explain me the importance of these neurosecretory cells? Yeah, anybody? Asifi,
Yes, sir.
can you explain what is the role of these neurosecretory?
सर ये एक मतलब हाइपोथैलेमस में स्ट्रक्चर है न्यूरोसेक्रेटरी सेल्स जो सिक्रीशन सिक्रीट करेगा। दो तरह के न्यूक्लियस के बारे में आप एक्सप्लेन किया, जैसे सुपरा ऑप्टिक न्यूक्लियस जो होता है वो वैसोप्रेसिन को सिक्रीट करेगा, सिंथेसाइज करेगा, और जो पैरावेंट्रिकुलर न्यूक्लियस जो होता है वो ऑक्सीटोसिन को रिलीज करेगा।
That's very right. Well, in fact, as we say, for the anterior pituitary, the hormones are synthesized within the anterior pituitary. Whereas for the posterior pituitary, two hormones, that is oxytocin and ADH, it is not synthesized in the posterior pituitary. Whereas
Actually, it's synthesized by the neurosecretory cells in hypothalamus.
Yeah, good.
And,
so
and
they
are stored in that
posterior pituitary.
Hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract. This tract is storing it, and when demand arises, it releases it into posterior pituitary.
Posterior pituitary.
Okay, so this is how it takes place. Next we come to is this is what are the different type of cells present in adenohypophysis. The various type of cells, broadly we classify the cells of the pituitary gland into two types, that is chromophobes and chromophils. Chromophobes are resting type or resting type of cells, also called as precursor cells. They does not secrete anything, these chromophobe cells. There are no secretions coming from this. Only the chromophil cells of the anterior pituitary give out different secretions. Further, the chromophil cells, on the basis of their staining reaction, they have been classified into acidophils and basophils. Acidophil cells are somatotrophs and lactotrophs. Somatotrophs produces STH or growth hormone, whereas lactotroph produces prolactin hormone, and the basophils type of cells are four types, that is FSH gonadotroph, LH gonadotroph, thyrotroph, and corticotroph. So when you remember the name of these type of cells, you can easily find out the hormone being secreted from respective type of cells. Like FSH gonadotroph, of course, creating FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. LH gonadotroph cells, luteinizing hormone is being produced. Thyrotrophs, thyrotropic stimulating hormone, and corticotrophs stimulating ACTH, adenocorticotropic hormone. So this is the anatomical classification or the type of cells which are responsible for production of different type of hormones from the pituitary. So all these cells are located within the anterior pituitary, and they are producing the different hormones. Clear?
Sir, one question.
Yeah.
Sir, chromophobes are precursor cells. So, what cells they produce?
But the chromophobe cells doesn't produce anything. They are called as resting cells or precursor cells. So you can keep in mind they are resting cells. They does not produce any hormone. As of our knowledge today, it might be producing something which we doesn't know. We have not been able to identify. But whatever the knowledge of endocrinology which has been documented in the books, as per that, the chromophobe cells does not produce any
No,
any
sir,
type
I'm
of,
asking,
yeah.
sir, ये कौन सा सेल बनाता है? प्रिकर्सर है किस सेल का?
बेटे चलो आप इसको कैटेगरी रखिए, रेस्टिंग टाइप ऑफ सेल्स. Whatever the
Okay, sir.
chromophobe cells, they are remain as such. They are resting. They doesn't produce any hormone, nothing. उसको नेम किया गया है resting cell or precursor cell. Simply. Okay.
Okay.
So this is I think about chromophil cells. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we come to neurohypophysis or posterior pituitary. Posterior pituitary, as I had told you, it is very clear that pituicytes, in fact, pituicytes and the fine unmyelinated nerve fibers that arises from supraoptic and paraventricular nucleus of hypothalamus, they form hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract and they terminate in the neural lobe of the pituitary gland. So the secretions coming out from the, of course, one thing to be noted, that secretions from neurohypophysis do not arise in pituicytes. Pituitary doesn't give out, but the nucleus of the hypothalamus, they are the main secretory cells of the hormones, but they together with the unmyelinated nerve fibers forms a tract which carries the secretions of hypothalamic nuclei to the posterior pituitary. As we have discussed so many times about the hypothalamo-hypophyseal tracts, where the hormones are stored. And these two nuclei, supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei, give out secretions. I think many times I had discussed that which hormone give out is secreted from paraventricular and supraoptic. How to remember that? Yeah? Anybody?
शायद सर ओपी का आप सीक्वेंस बताया था शायद.
यस, क्या था बताइए.
अल्फाबेटिकल.
बताइए बताइए. Okay, I think sound has sound.
एक याद का नाम दूसरा.
That is very clear. That I'll explain with the from the next slide. Oh shit. If just a second, we were here. Supraoptic and paraventricular. The hormones we know released are oxytocin and vasopressin. So oxytocin, OP. Okay, O is oxytocin, P paraventricular nucleus. So in alphabetically, when we remember A, B, C, D, E, F, so it comes AOP. So you can keep in mind that oxytocin is released from paraventricular and supraoptic is the other nucleus which releases the ADH hormone. So in this process, release process, there's one circle of Willis. What is circle of Willis? Circle of Willis is here in the circle of Willis, the arteries divides and redivides to supply blood to various parts of the anterior pituitary, intermediate, and pars tuberalis. So these arteries, by dividing and redividing, forms a sort of portal system, and that is referred as circle of Willis, and it supplies blood to various parts of pituitary gland. Okay. Next, I think this was about circle of Willis, neurohypophysis. We have covered. Next, we come to the hormones of adenohypophysis. In this, of course, it's a very simple. You can form a table, take down and remember the things. You are supposed to remember the things in name of the hormone, what is the chemical nature of the hormone, what is the target tissue, primary action, and what it regulates. Okay, so that is to be remembered for each hormone of the pituitary. It's very, very simple if you try to understand the concept behind that. Adrenocorticotropic hormone, of course, is also referred as CRH, corticotropic hormone or adrenocorticotropic hormone. And from name it is very clear that it acts on the adrenal gland. Okay, so it is peptide in nature. Target tissue, since we do adrenocorticotropic, of course in the adrenal gland. So which part of the adrenal gland it will be acting? Adrenal cortex or a medulla. So it acts on the adrenal cortex. And the primary function of this hormone is it increases steroidogenesis. Steroidogenesis, that is the formation of steroid hormones. That is sex hormones. It increases formation of sex hormones and its secretion from the adrenal cortex. And we know already that it's regulated by corticotropic hormone from hypothalamus. ACTHRH or CRH is released, which regulates its secretion. Second is TSH or thyroid stimulating hormone, is a peptide or glycoprotein nature. Target tissue very clear, ये तो आपको बताने की जरूरत नहीं पड़नी चाहिए. Yes, रूप नारायण. हाँ जी, रूप नारायण, आ रही है आवाज?
सर, यस सर.
थायराइड हार्मोन का एक्शन कहाँ पे होगा?
थायराइड, ये स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन है तो सर थायराइड ग्लैंड पे होगा ना सर, टू रिलीज थायरॉक्सिन एंड T3 T4 एक्चुअली.
But I'm talking of TSH. So TSH will be acting on thyroid gland.
Thyroid
Very
gland.
right. Very right. Then where the growth hormone will be acting? Growth hormones का target tissue क्या होगा?
सर epiphysis of
Every
Well,
cell.
I had purposefully moved the slide. So all the tissues of the body, okay.
Okay, sir.
So for the growth hormone, peptide in nature, all the body tissues are the target tissue, target for growth hormone. And it increases the tissue growth, increases RNA synthesis, protein synthesis, transport of glucose and amino acid lipolysis and antibody formation. All the factors which are required for growth of a tissue, body tissues. Okay, and this STHRH or GHRH is the stimulating hormone that causes its release. In thyroid, of course, we missed one thing, that of course it acts on the thyroid gland and it helps in release of T3 and T4 hormones from the thyroid gland. Okay, next is so these were follicle stimulating hormone, FSH and LH. In continuity with the previous slide, follicle stimulating hormone, peptide in nature, it's from very name clear. इसके नाम से क्या समझ आता है? Follicle stimulating hormone.
Stimulating follicle.
Stimulating the follicles. Very good. Anybody else?
Sir, whatever.
Stimulating follicles for gametogenesis.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, what happens? Where the follicles are present?
Ovary.
Okay, good. Well, I think you have already studied the puberty. Puberty पढ़ा दिया है ना आपको?
Yes.
Puberty में आपको I think you must have been told that thousands and thousands of follicles are present on the ovary. What are the different
Yes.
types of follicles? Can you name?
Sir, primary, secondary, tertiary, Graafian.
Graphian.
Atration follicle.
Tertiary is
At-
Graafian. Tertiary itself is Graafian follicle. Very good. Primary or primordial follicle, secondary or growing follicles, tertiary or Graafian follicle. Okay.
And
So
atretic follicle.
atretic follicle, fine. That is the pathological. Physiologically, we have three categories: primary, secondary, and tertiary. So, follicle stimulating hormone, from name it is very much clear that it helps in stimulating the follicle growth. That is in females, whereas in males, it acts on the seminiferous tubules of the males and helps in the production of the second excretions from the seminiferous tubules, as well as sperm production. Whereas in females, it results in production of this maturation of the follicles. FSH, RH, also referred as GnRH, is the stimulating hormone. Luteinizing or LH, of course, peptide in nature. Of course, main role of luteinizing hormone in females. Can anybody tell?
It induces ovulation. Ovulation, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good, good.
Ovulation.
LH surge during ovulation.
No, but that is the LH. In fact, estradiol surge results in bursting of or burst release, very high release of luteinizing hormone that causes this ovulation. Means priming of estrogen or estradiol is necessary for the release of LH, which causes ovulation in the females, whereas in the males, it again acts on the interstitial cell, helps in the production of male gametes. So that is all about these two hormones. We had studied first adenocorticotropic, TSH, growth hormone, follicle stimulating, luteinizing hormone. Any other left?
Sir, ICSH, LH is in males. LH is referred as ICSH.
Yeah, it is referred as ICSH and it acts over there. And that is interstitial cell stimulating. Yeah, the one more hormone of the anterior pituitary left is prolactin. Prolactin is a peptide hormone, and prolactin, one thing you should keep in the mind that it increases the synthesis of the milk. So when it increases the synthesis of the milk, that site of action will be mammary gland or the alveolar cells. So secretion is continuous. PTH, prolactin hormone, secretions increase, estrogen and decrease in the PTH permits the release. Of course, I had told you that prolactin regulation is through negative feedback, whereas for other hormones, regulation is by the positive feedback, whereas for the prolactin is the one exception where it is regulated through negative feedback, as it's written over here. Then these were the hormones of anterior pituitary. Melanocyte stimulating hormone, I told you it is also many times referred as hormone of anterior pituitary or from the intermediate lobe. Main function is production of melanocyte pigments and is responsible for coloring of the skins, melanophores, ectoderm pigment cells, and it increases melanin synthesis in melanophores and melanocytes, increases dispersal of melanophores. इसके अलावा कुछ और क्या function है melanocyte hormones का? Can you tell? Anybody?
Sleep wake cycle.
Sleep wake cycle, fine. और
वो मेलानिन है ना, वो पिनियल ग्लैंड का फंक्शन, ये मेलानोसाइट है.
और
प्यूबर्टी में सर, अर्ली प्यूबर्टी रीच में भी मदद करता है.
Yeah, you have reached the target. not exactly puberty, but we can say reproduction. In reproduction, melanocyte hormones also plays a role by regulating. If you, I think you can understand it better from example of a poultry. You must be knowing that in poultry sheds, we try to give extra daylight in the poultry sheds to increase the egg production. Whatever the daylight length is there in the night hours, we keep the lights on to give a extra daylight so that there is increased egg production. Similarly, in the other domestic animals, melanocyte stimulating hormone is also responsible for regulating the day-night length, and it also controls the reproduction of the animals indirectly. Of course, direct role is not much, but indirectly it do plays a very important role in reproduction. Next, we come to the hormones of neurohypophysis. The two hormones are paraventricular nucleus and supraoptic, as we have studied, oxytocin and ADH, antidiuretic hormone. So first, we'll discuss a few important functions of oxytocin, and then I'll take the functions of ADH. Oxytocin, as I think we have referred earlier, oxytocin, this is a Greek word, oxytocic. Oxytocic is a Greek word which means rapid birth. Okay, so from this you can guess where it works. Yeah, anybody?
During childbirth, maturation.
Uterus, endometrium of the uterus.
That is one thing.
Sir, milk ejection. Sir,
Yeah.
milk ejection में भी.
So the two primary sites of action of the oxytocin is, as I told you, Greek meaning of the oxytocic is rapid birth. So it acts on the uterine musculature, causes severe contractions as the maturation or lambing or the kidding is about to take place at that time, and helps in expelling the contents of uterus, that is developing fetus, is to be pushed out. So that helps in parturition or kidding or lambing, as the name varies from species to species. It also causes decrease in blood pressure in birds. So these things you should take note of. Some exceptions, that in avian species, oxytocin causes decrease in blood pressure. So another site of effect of this oxytocin is, as we were discussing, is myoepithelial cells of mammary gland. That is a letdown of milk. So I think you must have read a lot about the misuse of this hormone for induction of lactation or letdown of milk. So that is for the synthetic hormones when it is injected. Otherwise, what happens in an animal, you take the animal to the milking area, milking barn, there is a rattling of buckets or there is a passaging of udder. So all these signals causes the release of oxytocin, which acts on the myoepithelial cells of the mammary gland and induces the letdown of milk. Okay, so then we come to ADH. ADH, antidiuretic hormone.
Sir, 40 minutes is over. Sir.
Oh, no issue. Don't worry. I have licensed version. I can continue. Are you bored?
No, sir.
I think sir, it will before concluding it will over, sir. So I.
No, ऐसा करते हैं अभी थोड़ा सा this hormones portion खत्म कर लेते हैं. Then we have small anterior pituitary like hormones. वो अगर finish हो गया, then we can start thyroid hormones tomorrow. Otherwise, कोई problem नहीं. I have licensed version of Zoom. I can continue for hours together. But at the same time, I'm concerned for you people that you should be in position of receiving the things. ये नहीं कि मैं बोलते जा रहा हूँ, आप लोग कुछ नहीं समझ रहे हैं. So we were discussing ADH. Full form क्या है ADH का?
Sir, antidiuretic hormone.
anti-diuretic hormones means diuretic means आप ये this hormone reduces the urine production. I'm clear? Am I clear?
Yes,
sir,
sir.
एक बार
It
Yes, sir.
ADH, anti-diuretic. Uresis means excessive urine formation, but it is anti-diuretic, so it reduces the urine formation. It reduces the urine formation means it causes more reabsorption of the fluid within the body system. Okay, so fluid from the tubules are reabsorbed, and less of the this is being urine is being produced. In fact, this output of anti-diuretic hormone, can you just share me with I'd like to share you must have experienced that when you take more of the water, the urine production is more. Okay. Similar, so this is directly related with the hydration of the body or injection of the body fluids. So the hydration of the body or injection of water in the blood inhibits the release of ADH. So there can be a water loss. Otherwise, when there is deficiency, आपकी body आप पानी नहीं पी रहे हैं, you are not in a position to take water, or there is excessive loss of water from the body. Under those conditions, ADH is excreted and tries to conserve the fluid through glomerular reabsorption in the body. So if you understand the meaning of ADH, then you can explain the functions of this hormone. Clear?
Yes, sir.
हाँ जी, रूप नारायण समझ आ गया?
Yes, sir.
Then one thing more, Duvigard and co-workers got Nobel Prize for determining the structure of oxytocin. So he determined the structure of oxytocin. For that, he got the prize of for this Nobel Prize for this. And so this was all about neurohypophysis. Then, if you are fatigued, we can stop today. And then this is the next topic, non-pituitary gonadotropins. That with that, I'll continue tomorrow. Or should we continue?
Sir, नोबेल प्राइज सर स्ट्रक्चर डिटरमाइन करने से भी मिल जाता है सर.
क्या बेटे?
स्ट्रक्चर डिटरमाइन करने से भी नोबेल प्राइज मिल जाता है.
I couldn't get you. What do you mean to say?
सर बोले ना ऑक्सीटोसिन स्ट्रक्चर के लिए नोबेल प्राइज मिला था सर.
या
सर तो स्ट्रक्चर डिटरमिनेशन पे भी नोबेल प्राइज मिल जाता है.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. When it's a new thing, जैसे अब आज की डेट में अगर कोई कोरोना का पूरा डिटेल्ड पिक्चर दे दे या कोई और ऐसी नई चीज नोबल थिंग which you devise, the time at when these scientists Duvigard gave the structure of oxytocin, such an important hormone, he got the prize. Similarly, if you see, we had discussed the history of endocrinology. Dr. Pramod ने आपके साथ शेयर किया होगा, तो उसमें देखिएगा आप इंसुलिन का स्ट्रक्चर, केमिकल स्ट्रक्चर, फंक्शंस, 2 या 3 नोबेल प्राइज मिले हैं इंसुलिन हार्मोन के ऊपर. It's a very important thing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I think you people are fatigued with continuous classes. Tomorrow I'll continue with this non-pituitary gonadotropins, and thereafter we'll start parathyroid hormones. So with this we'll continue that. I think we'll have one small lecture of non-pituitary gonadotropin. Then you have the books?
No, sir.
किसी के पास कोई बुक्स नहीं है?
No, sir.
बेटे ऐसा कीजिए, you try to download.
में आए थे सर.
आप लोगों में से कितने लोगों के पास लैपटॉप है? रूप नारायण, आप अपने ग्रुप से एक पूछिए, just check and let me know by tomorrow that how many of you have laptop or desktop का access है. Because who are not having yet must we must go in that direction, because this thing, what the phase through which we are passing today, that is not going to be over very soon.
Yes,
तो
sir.
ये भी काफी लंबा चलेगा, हो सकता है हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी खुल जाए, खुलने के बाद फिर कहीं बीच में पॉज लेना पड़े, सिचुएशन ऐसी डेवलप हो जाए, तो वी हैव टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट. So you all have to be prepared, think over that, and share your feedback by tomorrow.
Hardly, I think 2 or 3 members in the class are having that.
Only?
Batch period. Yes, sir.
चलिए बाकियों को मोटिवेट कीजिए कि they must try to go for that somehow. Arrange करें या कुछ करें, share करें कहीं से.
Sir, I have already sent them the PDF version,
Okay.
but they have the problem that they can have a very good
This is a problem, like some of
because they
people,
don't have the laptop, no, so they have only short
very
screen or small
screen.
screens, so
उसमें
they
तो
can't read it very much.
एक चीज कर सकते हैं कि चलो वेरी सून आई थिंक स्टेशनरी शॉप्स वगैरह खुल जाएंगी आपके यहाँ जहाँ भी हैं, विद इन फ्यू डेज थिंग्स आर नॉर्मलाइजिंग. तो अगर अभी, क्योंकि कॉलेज में तो अभी टाइम लगेगा, तो दे कैन गेट ए प्रिंट आउट ऑफ दैट इन स्टेशनरी शॉप, विजिट ओवर देयर, गेट ए प्रिंट, बिकॉज दैट विल हेल्प यू. और कहीं कोई नोट्स की जरूरत होगी तो आप इसको ले सकते हैं. I will be happy to share with you, but in fact I'm not sharing the notes, because once we share the notes they just remain confined. वो अपने दिमाग का जो ओपनिंग्स है ना बंद करके वहीं पे कन्फाइन हो जाते हैं, आगे पीछे नहीं सोचते हैं,
Sir.
है ना. So just think in broader view, and for
But
tomorrow's
actually
lecture,
here we are not having anything, no, sir. We just locked up.
चलिए बेटा चलिए ट्राई कीजिए. अब थिंग्स आर ओपनिंग अप. आई थिंक काफी 60-70% शॉप्स खुल गई हैं. तो जो जेरोक्सिंग है,
Containment zone, sir. They declare here containment zone. They are not.
आप कहाँ कंटेनमेंट जोन में हैं?
Yes, sir.
कंटेनमेंट जोन भी अब जल्दी खुल जाएगा आफ्टर 14 डेज. कहाँ पे हैं?
Sir, Rohtas, sir.
खुल जाएगा बेटे आफ्टर 14 डेज. नाउ दे आर लिबरलाइजिंग, तो डोंट वरी.
Sir, only on paper. Local police are not allowed to open this shop.
नहीं, कंटेनमेंट जोन में तो नहीं अलाउ कर रहे हैं, बट कंटेनमेंट जोन के बाहर अलाउ कर रहे हैं. पटना में
Even in orange zone, sir, also local police are not allowed to open this shop.
चलिए अब इस पे क्या कमेंट करना. दे आर आल्सो देयर ड्यूटी, एंड व्हाटएवर ड्यूटी दे आर डूइंग फॉर अस, फॉर आवर सेफ्टी. वी ऑल मस्ट रिस्पेक्ट दैट. तो चलिए, टेक केयर, कीप सेफ. वी मीट अगेन टुमारो एट 10 o'clock. ओके
Okay.
ओके, बाय.